So I don't smoke. I don't smoke anything. But when I had knee surgery, the doctors were trying to give me opioids. About 2 years ago, I had a minor procedure on my knee, but it was, traumatic enough where I needed painkillers. And they tried to give me hydrocodone or whatever. So I was like, well, this would be a good time to figure out like what my actual stance is, because I'm not just gonna like take this stance on something that I haven't done since I was 16. So I got these edible little mints, little thin mints, for pain relief, and I was like, well, let me, they're not as addictive and whatever. And so 2 years ago is when I did cannabis as an adult, and it was actually really, really nice. Like the pain relief, the sleep. You're taking 5 milligrams. So for anyone that like really does cannabis, they're like 5 milligrams, bro. You're not even gonna feel anything. And I'm like, really? And they're like, dude, I take at least 50. And then I took 5, and I was like, holy smokes! Like you're really a stoner. Like 50 would put me out. So I don't smoke anything. I don't do drugs recreationally. But at this time, I had a lot of knee pain, and I had to get. I had a show. I don't know if I ever shared this story. I had a show in Boston for my buddy Mike Max. What was it called? It wasn't Destination. It was a conference he does. I feel so bad for forgetting what it was called, but it was a thing he does every year, and it was like me, Derek Minor, Thizzle, Stephen Malcolm, like all the guys, and Wande. I actually did a ton of interviews that night, and for my YouTube, and so I had a red eye, and I was like, man, I want to take this red eye so I can get there in the morning, so I can sleep on the plane. I get there in the morning, but I suck at sleeping on planes, suck at sleeping anywhere. So I was like, I have these 2 different stems of these edible mints. They're like gummies, edible gummies. There's the indica, which is a downer, and then there's this sativa, which is an upper. And I had this sativa once before, and it just put me to sleep. This is like early, like 2 days after the knee surgery. So I had some, relaxes your body. It's like a body high. It's not the same as like when I smoked when I was a kid. And so it just relaxed me, put me to sleep. So I had this bright idea of like, all right, like I've been a wussy. Like I've been taking 5 milligrams. I really want to sleep. So I'm going to combine the sativa and combine the indica. So I took like 15 grams of indica and 5 grams of the sativa gummies. Okay.
So 15 of the upper,
15 of the downer, 5 of the upper.
Oh wow.
I'm guessing it might have been 10 and 15 or whatever. So now I'm tripling my dose, but I really want to sleep. And I took it right as my wife dropped me off at the airport, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take it now. And it's like she knows. Like I'm not doing this in secret. Like I'm in legitimate pain here, guys. So I was really in legitimate pain. So I'm like, I could sleep. So I take some. I take all this, and then right as we're about to board the flight, it just hit me like a pile of bricks. Everything slows down, and every moment feels like Final Destination. Everything is in slow motion. I'm just chit-chatting and sparking conversations with the people waiting in line to get on the plane. I'm not that guy. And I'm just talking, yapping. And then we finally get on the plane. I have this great seat, and I'm like, I'm going to die. Like, this plane is going down. I'm going to die. This is it.
Oh, no.
I'm going to die. So I'm texting my wife. I'm texting my buddy, T-Ross, who had just went through leukemia or was going through leukemia at the time. So he was taking this stuff for pain relief as well. I think he had just gotten discharged. And I'm taking my buddy who's like a real stoner, and I'm texting them, and they're like, dude, just relax. Like, you're feeling paranoid. Everything's going to be okay. Just relax. So I'm trying to relax. I'm sitting there Mine's going 100 miles an hour. Someone's like, dude, just read the Bible. Just read the Bible. I'm like, all right, I'm going to read the Bible. Then someone else says, you should just write some raps right now. This would be a great time to write some raps. So like nothing's working. Like the rap is awful. The Bible doesn't make any sense. Everything is just a train wreck. So then the plane finally, I'm sitting there really feeling like I need to get off this plane. Like I'm really like, I got to get off this plane. Like, and I don't struggle with anxiety, but this was intense. This was like my heart, like I could feel my heart beating, my brain, like everything is wild. So I finally just close my eyes. I'm sitting there, plane takes off. And then in the middle of the flight, I doze off. In the middle of the flight, I remember my doctor told me, hey, make sure you get up because you may get blood clots because you just had knee surgery. Like you're safe to fly, but you need to get up at some point because you may get blood clots. I'm like, all right. So I wake up in the middle of the flight. It's a red eye, mind you. Freaking out, thinking I have blood clots, storming up and down the aisle like a madman. We land. I'm still high. It's 7 a.m. I'm still like out of it. I hit my buddy Mike Mack. He's like, take the shuttle to the train, to the Uber, and I got luggage because I got all my podcasting equipment. I got my backpack. I got merchandise, like 2 big bags of luggage and a backpack, right? It's just terrible. So I'm like, oh, I gotta take on this shuttle to go to here, to take the Uber. So then I get to the Airbnb, and the Rapzilla guys are at the Airbnb. It's 7 a.m. Everyone's asleep. They're not letting me in the Airbnb because everyone's asleep. So I'm like, I call Mike Mack. I said, dude, I can't get in the Airbnb. He's like, all right, I'm going to come pick you up. I just got a hotel room. I was like, all right, cool. I don't know if I tell him at this point. He picks me up. I just confess everything to him. I feel so convicted. I'm still high. Like I'm just as high as I was when we took off. And Mike picks me up, takes me to the hotel. He's like, hey, man, yeah, Stephen Malcolm's there. It's a 2-bedroom. You can sleep there, and then I'll pick you up around noon or whatever for the workshop you're doing. So I've never met Stephen Malcolm in person. So I'm like, sweet, like I'm high, and I'm going to share a room with Stephen Malcolm. So I pull up. Gosh, I don't know if I should be saying all this. So I pull up. Stephen Malcolm's there, and I just confess everything to him. Like I'm feeling so paranoid, convicted, and I feel like everyone can see it on me, right?
Wait, everything like just the weed stuff?
The weed
not
stuff.
Like your whole life?
Not the whole
Okay. Because that would have been hilarious.
And Stephen Malcolm was like, oh, like he's laughing. He's the coolest dude. Me and him are still like friends till this day because of this moment we had. So he's like, oh man, it's all good. Like just go ahead and sleep, you know? So I go to sleep. It's like 7:38 at this point. I wake up at like 12. Mike Mack's like, I'm about to come pick you up. I wake up. I'm still high. And he's like, all right, we got this conference. We gotta go here. We gotta go to the venue, and then you're on a panel at like 12:30 or 1. It's a panel with Doc Watson, Chad Horton. So they pick me up, and then like we pick up Thizzle, or Thizzle's in the car. So then like I'm even more paranoid. So then I confess to Thizzle. So I'm just like, it's just like confession central, right? So then we get to the venue. I'm still high, and I walk in, and it's just like 100 Christian rapper fans. And it felt like all of them turned, looked at me, and like wanted to say hello all at once. So I'm walking through this like sea of people to the panel. I sit down on the panel. I'm still high.
Oh my gosh.
Doc, I confess to Doc and Chad, and I'm just like, guys, like help me, because I'm still like, this is what happened. Like I need surgery. I was like explaining to me, I need surgery. It was just too much. So I somehow I make it through this panel. I think I posted a picture. You could see a picture of me, and I'm just like smiling, laughing the whole time. And I think everybody knows and can see it on me. So we finish this. I'm texting like, how does this stop? Like, because at this point now I'm getting paranoid. Now I'm like, this is it. Like I did myself in. I'm gonna stay this way forever. And I'm texting my friend like, why would anyone want to feel this way? Like, this is stupid, right? So text my friend. He's like, dude, go get a milkshake, get some sugar, and maybe it'll help flush it out. I'm like, really? Like a milkshake? He's like, just go get a milkshake. Like, I don't know if it did anything. So anyway, we do this whole thing. We get to the venue, sound check, 6:30. I'm still high.
The milkshake didn't help.
Nothing helped. And it did not wear off until right when I started my interviews. So I had interviews from Derek Minor, Wande, I forgot who else, Rockstar JT, so on. I did like 4 interviews that night. It's all a blur. And then finally, when I went on stage around like 8, 9, I don't know, then I was like in my right state of mind. And that is the worst experience I've had with anything in my life. And I will probably never do cannabis again. Or I would like, if I had like another surgery, I was injured or something like that, maybe like 5 milligrams. But I really don't get it. I don't understand. I understand the medicinal benefits. Like I understand, like if you're in pain, my mom broke her shoulder and I like got her some of the same Thin Mints, but she very, very, very little she would take. But to just like casually want to feel that way, like, what? This is bizarre. So yeah, I'm good, man. No, I'm good. I'm good on cannabis. I think it's very hard to make an argument that someone can smoke cannabis and not be and still remain sober minded. I think it's very difficult to make that argument because that's what the scriptures call us to, like be sober minded. I don't know. But so I know you can have a glass of wine. I don't drink anymore, but I've had this, people may think I'm lame for this, but like I'll have like a hard cider.
Whoa.
And be like, whoa, like I'm feel fine. This is great, right?
I knew Mike was hard, but I didn't know Ruslan was hard too.
It was, and they're good, but I just don't see the value in drinking them.
Yeah.
But like I understand somebody having a glass of wine or a couple glasses of wine or whatever and not being high. And I think you can have a Thin Mint. A mint of cannabis and not be high. But I think once you start getting to 50 milligrams, I mean, I guess your tolerance goes. Anyway, so I can't wrap my brain around it. I know that's a big thing. A lot of Christians are smoking now, and it's like all cool and edgy and whatever. And I'm just like, for what?
Hey, y'all, we hope you loved this conversation. Here at Young Married Christian, we are on a mission to see a gospel-centered home made available for every single child in the foster care system. There are 400,000 kids in the foster care system, and there are 400,000 churches in America. Wow. That is crazy. This is absolutely a solvable problem, and we want to be a part of it. If you want to join us in that mission, text the word freedom to 833-370-1610.
833-370-1610. 833-370-1610.
I just did it.
And another thing you can do that is really helpful is to smash the like button on this video.
Smash it like Satan's face. Crush it like it's Lucifer's head.
It really helps us a ton, so smash that like button, subscribe to this channel.
That's it.
Smash the like button on this video.